This is PCA Lions Baseball. Prestonwood Baseball is brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Harris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Bass Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up-to-Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Now, let's go to the ballpark for today's warm-up show.
Good evening from Graham Field in Plano, where Friday night district baseball is front and center. Prestonwood Christian set to host Legacy Christian in the second meeting between these two clubs in just 4 days. Welcome inside. I'm John Little, and it is a different kind of baseball night in North Texas as well. A cold front pushes through. The temperature is heading down into the 50s. Might feel more like the 40s before this one is over, and we've got this stiff north breeze. It's 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts that could climb over 30, blowing straight out to right center field today. It is going to make its presence known tonight in Plano. So this has a chance to feel like one of those old school district games where the weather becomes part of the story right alongside the baseball. Lions come in rolling at 19-2. They are 3-0 overall in district action and winners of 4 straight. But tonight is not just about the record, it is about response, because on Tuesday, Prestonwood was 10 miles north on the road at Legacy Christian in Frisco, came away with a 16-2 win in 6 innings in a game that had a little bit of everything. It didn't even start easily for Legacy, actually grabbing the first lead in the first inning on an RBI triple from Carson Plunkett and an RBI single from Jackson Victor. For a moment, the Eagles had the early energy in their own park, but Prestonwood answered the way that good teams do. The Lions settling in, taking the lead for good in the third when Trent Valade launched a 3-run homer to right and then absolutely broke it open with a 9-run 6th inning. And Valade was the headline act, finishing with 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 3 hits. Really, it was far from a one-man show, though. Anytime you score 16 runs, everybody gets into the act, with Jake Felsman adding 3 hits and 2 stolen bases. Aiden Moffitt had multiple hits, an RBI double. Riggs Huggins, the sophomore, tripled and drove in a run. And the table setter, Junior Niffen, doubled in a run and got on base time and time again. Quinn Majewski even worked 3 walks. Prestonwood as a team drawing 11 walks, turning 2 double plays defensively, again playing error-free baseball, and getting 10 strikeouts from Savion Sims before F.J. Kennard came on to finish things off. So yes, Tuesday, it did turn into a runaway, but the first inning was a reminder that Legacy Christian can still make you pay if you let them get comfortable. The Eagles come in tonight at 8-14-1 overall, but 2-2 in district play. They already have twice as many district wins this season as they were able to accomplish last season. And even after Tuesday, they've got enough offense, enough arms, enough pride to make this a very different type of game if Prestonwood is not sharp from the jump. And tonight's pitching matchup is very good. For Legacy Christian, they put their ace out there in Blake Langford. He almost always goes deep into games and gives them a chance. 2-5 on the season, but the ERA of .333, that is the best on the team. Over 42 innings pitched, he's giving up about a hit per inning. He's striking out twice as many players as he walks, so some pretty good control for Langford. And he'll be going up against the sophomore standout in Steele LaBeouf. What a season so far for Steele. A 6-0 mark for Prestonwood and a 1.71 ERA. So that's the challenge for the Lions tonight. Can they bring that same urgency, that same discipline, and the same pressure all over again? Can they do it in conditions that figure to be much tougher than what they saw earlier this week? Because district baseball just frankly doesn't care what happened on Tuesday. It asks, can you do it again tonight? Can you do it again on Friday, in the wind, in the cold? That little extra bit of toughness and focus. So the stage set here in Plano. Prestonwood at 19-2, 3-0 in district, winners of 4 in a row. Legacy Christian at 2-2 in district and trying to answer back and split the week Same opponent, same district race, brand new night, brand new set of conditions, a brand new test at Graham Field. And coming up next, we'll let you hear from Prestonwood head coach James Valade. We talk with him about this rematch with Legacy Christian, the district grind, and what he has seen from his Lions since coming back from spring break tonight here at Graham Field. This is Prestonwood Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby Keene with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Welcome back into Prestonwood baseball. More district action on this Friday night, and we're joined by the head coach of this now 19-2 ball club. James Valade is with us. Thanks so much for the time, Coach. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And so you guys came out with a huge win on Tuesday, 16-2. What impressed you most about the focus and the execution on Tuesday on the road?
For us, it was an interesting game early. They got some base runners. They pushed a few across, but we played really good defense the entire night. We threw a lot of strikes, and we opened it up in the middle of the game, and it went our way the rest of the way. It
certainly did. Obviously, there are a lot of guys when you have a 16-2 outcome, but the way that Trent was swinging the bat that night certainly blew it open for you. What'd you see there?
Yeah, some good swings. Homered off a lefty, homered off a righty, homered off of two completely different pitches. So him taking control of the strike zone, making good moves when a good ball was available to hit. That's really the key to hitting, is hit the ones you should. And but he did really well. Made some good moves to the ball.
Overall, once your team has gotten into district play these last 3 games, what have you seen since coming back from the break from your team overall? Is there a greater focus? What's happened?
I think for us it's the camaraderie. I mean, these guys hang out a lot together off the field. They appreciate each other on the field. Unique chemistry with this group, and that's the most impressive thing.
It's been a lot of fun to watch so far. And as you guys move forward tonight, I love the district setup. You get them on back-to-back nights, so nobody ends up seeing the same pitcher. That's a wonderful way to go, of course. But also, these are kids that are 15 to 18 years old. How do you keep them from their mind from drifting back to Tuesday and the result there, and make sure tonight's a different night?
It comes down to win every pitch. Every game that you're ever going to play, I challenge our team to win every single pitch. Be present on defense. Be present on the mound. That's the hardest part of baseball, is to really dial in on every single pitch, because it seems like a long season, although ours evaporates pretty quick. But as these guys move on to college and hopefully professional baseball, I mean, that's a distinctive mark of a great player, is to play every pitch.
Well, with LaBeouf on the mound tonight, I know he's had just a tremendous season for you guys, 6-0 now on the year. What did you know you were going to see from him this season in a sophomore year, and maybe what has surprised you so far this year?
I think he's a strike thrower. I mean, he's a guy that's always around the plate. He's very disciplined in his work. And what we've seen is a stronger body, a guy that's repeating his delivery and starting to complete his game as a sophomore. It's really, really nice to see. But he's put a lot of hard work into it. Griffin Bailey, our pitching coach, has done a great job with him. And he's fun to watch. He really is. He's fun to watch.
Well, it will be a fun one to watch this evening, and a challenge for whoever you guys go up against. But as this year wanes on, maybe somebody's tuning in for the first time. They're getting used to seeing Prestonwood play on the field. I heard about the camaraderie. Besides that, what What sells you on this team? Why do you think it's so fun to watch?
They compete. I think anybody that comes to watch this team will see every player on the field work extremely hard, stay extremely focused, and compete. The team has a great compete tool, and that's another big part of being a complete baseball player.
So is that something you can teach, though, or is that something that you can take a guy that, I don't know, maybe doesn't have that edge yet and coach that into him? What does that take?
I think it's one of the expectations of our program, and I think credit to a lot of our older guys. When new guys come in the program, they set the tone, they set the standard, and they kind of show the way. And that's the best way to teach it, is by example and by younger players coming in and seeing the older guys do what they do.
Because, you can come into a game, anybody can have enthusiasm for one moment, but the consistency that it takes, I know that's not 162, but it is still a pretty long grind. The consistency it takes to do this day in and day out, it's a discipline thing, isn't it?
It is, and that's part of winning every pitch is our guys stay present, which is impressive. A lot of guys can drift in games or worry about themselves or previous plays, but our guys move on pretty well, and that's, I believe, where we get our consistency.
You talked about defense and how big that was for you guys to set the tone or just the baseline of what you were going to be on Tuesday night. You guys have been impressive defensively all season. Where does that start, and kind of who heads that up with your coaching staff, and what do you love about it?
Yeah, for myself, I take a lot of time with the defense along with Coach Herron, Coach Rodriguez. It's one of those things that we put a lot of time and effort into it. We build each day specifically for the players that advance them to the game. So it's not the same thing every day. There's different plans, there's different models we put the kids through, but it's all about being ready to play at 7 o'clock. And so for us, we have put a lot of time in on defense, and we're starting to see the fruits of the labor. The infield has been solid, outfield's played well. Cruz Benuelos is an absolute warrior behind the plate. I mean, he does a great job catching one of the top arms in the state of Texas and the country with Savion Sims. I mean, they're a high school kid catching a kid throwing 95 to 100 miles an hour. It doesn't happen every day. So hats off to him and Coach Taylor, who do a lot of the catching work together. And it's been fun to watch the diligence that they go through their defensive work with, because a lot of people, we all love to hit. That's the bread and butter, but you got to pitch and play defense.
Well, looking at the starting lineup for today, you do have Kidd in there at the DH spot, and I know it's a young part of his career right now. He's just a freshman. He's very projectable when you look at the size and the athleticism and all that sort of thing. But what has he showed you in practice to earn a start like that, and what are you expecting from him, not just tonight, but as his career goes on? Yeah,
number one is the trust in himself. I mean, that's the one thing that you can see, is that he doesn't, coming in as a younger player, sometimes you let the highs get really high and the lows get really low. He's done a really good job of managing himself a whole lot better than when he came in as a younger player. Give him credit for that. Future's very bright. What I expect from him tonight is hard contact. That's his game, consistent hard contact. And he's had at-bats for us in the past. He's had some tough at-bats. He's had some really good swings, but it's his turn tonight to go out there and get some good swings off.
Let's talk about overall just the keys to a matchup like tonight, especially factoring in we had a little change in the weather pattern even since this morning.
Yeah, we did. I think the biggest thing about tonight is don't live on Tuesday. Brand new game, 0-0, come out ready to attack and play hard. But yeah, the weather changed quite a bit in the last 12 hours. But it's usually pretty windy at the Graham, so we're used to the wind. But we would love 72 and sunny, trust me.
Well, Coach Valade, we really appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. That's James Valade, of course, the head coach of Prestonwood. When we come back, we've got starting lineups. First pitch is on the other side. National anthem, the prayer, everything that comes before a Prestonwood game. Big district matchup tonight. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
Welcome back into Prestonwood Lions baseball. Big thanks to Coach James Valade for joining us on the warm-up show on a cool, blustery, and cloudy evening from Plano. John Little back with you before Prestonwood takes on Legacy Christian Academy for the second time this year, second time this week, second of 4 total games in district play between these two over the course of the season. Let's tell you a little bit about Legacy Christian Academy. They've got a longtime head coach in Andrew Embry, 23 years as the head coach in Frisco. 10-16 last year and 1-11 in district play, but they have really turned that around this season with a 2-2 start to the year in district action. And some of their biggest moments this year came in what they were able to do against John Paul II and against JP2. They had a couple of enormous wins, back-to-back district wins over John Paul II, 3-1 in 14 innings, and then 11-10 in 9 innings in comeback fashion, really proving they could win a couple different ways in district action and hoping that moments like this give this Legacy team a belief that they can be not only better than they were last season, but much better and bear in on a possible playoff berth by the time the end of the season comes about. Now, they did get run ruled by Prestonwood 16-2 on Tuesday in 6 innings. But this team is scrappy, albeit a little bit streaky, can be competitive when the pitching holds up. Try to pressure you by taking pitches, walks and stolen bases like any team in high school baseball. They feast off stuff like that. They have had some trouble with consistency against better teams. Several losses where that one big crooked inning kind of flipped the game or put that game away. You could say that was the case on Tuesday when the game was put away in the 6th with that 9 spot by Prestonwood Christian in that one. But they're dangerous if they can get traffic on the bases. And they've got some table setters up top. 5 of their top 6 all batting .323 or better this year, including the leadoff hitter Jackson Ladd, who leads the team in average at .339 over the course of this season, and he'll take a walk on you as well. And then right behind him, Carson Plunkett at first base. Plunkett hitting .323 on a 5-game hit streak coming in, and he's got 10 extra base hits on the season. And then Jackson Victor in the 3-hole has batted in 17 on the season, which is better than anybody on the squad. So Legacy Christian, pretty dangerous when you look at those spots in the order. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for Legacy Christian today. Jackson Ladd, the third baseman, starts, and he is batting in that leadoff hole, a .339 hitter with a home run and 10 RBIs. Carson Plunkett, the first baseman, bats in the 2-hole. He went 2 of 3 with a triple, a run scored, and an RBI on Tuesday. He'll try to be dangerous again today. .323 hitter with a home run, 12 RBIs, 6 doubles, 3 triples on the year, and very patient, 14 walks on the season. Jackson Victor, the shortstop for Legacy Christian, bats in the 3-hole, a .323 hitter, 17 runs batted in, 2 doubles, and a triple on the year. Then you've got Caden Cox, wonderful catcher, but hitting .235 on the season, pretty much holding down that cleanup spot, and he has walked 10 times on the season. Chase Sandler, the left fielder, bats in the 5-hole, .333, 11 RBIs on the season, and 2 doubles as well. Let's take a quick stop as we have our prayer and our national anthem.
Lord Jesus, we bow before your throne of grace this evening, thanking you for these 2 teams and the kingdom education that's instilled in each and every young man on this field. God, I pray that each and every one of them would play for an audience of one, and that's for Christ and Him alone. God, I pray for an injury-free game. I ask that you would just bless the families that are here and all the fans that are in place. And God, we just ask all these things in the name of Jesus. Amen. And now please remain standing as we honor the United States of America and the men and women who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem.
Play ball.
And it looks like we might get in a little bit of an early start tonight. It's only 9 minutes until the top of the hour, and teams trying to get ready to go. So we'll go ahead and take our final timeout, squeeze in as much as we can. We'll be back with the rest of the starting lineup for Legacy Christian in the first pitch coming up next.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Windy and chilly in Plano tonight for another district game. The Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions hosting Legacy Christian Academy, the Eagles. The rest of the starting lineup for Legacy Christian, we were on the 5-hole. Sandler in the 6-hole. Pete Hermagino, the right fielder, bats 6th. He's hitting .333 on the season. Amari Burgos, the second baseman, bats 7th. Bubba Barnes, the center fielder, bats in the 8-hole. And David Fenton, the DH, bats in the 9-hole. All to face Steele LaBeouf. The sophomore has been outstanding on the mound this season. The lefty, 6'2", 185. This is his 7th start of the season. He's 6-0 with a 1.71 ERA, and in 32 1/3, he has struck out 25 and walked 10. And first pitch swinging, Jackson Ladd pops it back out of play. Behind him in the field, Trent Valade, the senior at first base. Jake Felsman, the senior at second base. As Ladd brings home the 0-1, and it's a half-hearted swing. Ladd behind in the count, 0-2. Max Bachman, the junior at short, and Aiden Moffitt, the junior at third base. Here's the 0-2 to Ladd, and it ends up high. It's a very windy day. Winds coming out of the north-northeast at 17. At game time, 58 degrees, feels like 47. Wave and a miss at strike 3 as Ladd chased it up high. And Ladd is down on strikes. One down in the top of the first inning. The rest of the lineup, the outfield, Riggs Huggins is in left. Junior Niffen in center. And Quinn Majewski is in right with Cruz Benuelas, the catcher, First pitch swinging, and Plunkett lifts it deep to right field, gets it caught up in the wind, and it is gone into the tree just to the right side of the Prestonwood Lions scoreboard. And Plunkett got it up in the air for his second home run of the season. It's 310 down each line here. And the closer you get it to that line, the more you pull it, the better chance you've got it of going out. The left-handed hitting, Plunkett turns on it hard, and it gives Legacy Christian the early advantage. So Carson Plunkett with the solo home run, his second of the season, and RBI number 13 to put Legacy Christian in front 1-0. Good job by Plunkett just to leap on that one right off the bat. Jackson Victor up from the right side and waves and misses at that second pitch. A little off speed from Steele LaBeouf. It's 0-2. LaBeouf's out there to throw strikes. Fastball hit on the ground to second. Measuring it up, Felsman makes the easy play on to first. 2 down for Caden Cox. And so Steele LaBeouf on the mound, looking to go to 7-0 on the season. And it brings up Caden Cox, the catcher, batting from the left side. Cox at .235 batter this season with no home runs, 10 RBIs. Cox has also walked 10 times on the season. He went 1 of 3 on Tuesday in the 16-2 loss to this same Prestonwood team, and takes a first pitch strike. So Steele LaBeouf is throwing strikes. Almost nothing but so far, as the 0-1 is popped foul down the third baseline, and it does reach the common territory out by the sidewalk. 0-2 to Caden Cox. Outfield playing him to pull, and also has a lot to do with the wind today, as this one is lifted in the air to left field. Coming on and leaving his feet, Riggs Huggins to measure it up on this windy day, and he puts it away in left. But a run scores on a solo home run by Carson Plunkett, the second batter of the game. No errors and nobody left on base. 1/2 inning in the books. Legacy Christian 1, Prestonwood. Coming up, this is Prestonwood baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Welcome back to Plano. 1-0 the advantage for visiting Legacy Christian as we go to the bottom of the first inning. For Prestonwood, it'll be Junior Niffen leading off and playing center. Jake Felsman, second baseman, batting second. Trent Valade, the first baseman, batting third. Aiden Moffitt in the cleanup hole, the third baseman. Max Bachman, the shortstop, batting fifth. Riggs Huggins, the left fielder, bats in the sixth hole. Cruz Benuelos, the catcher, bats seventh. Batting eighth, freshman Chance Kidd at the DH spot. And Quinn Majewski, the right fielder, bats in the 9 hole. And defensively for Legacy Christian tonight, Carson Plunkett, who got things off to a good start with a solo home run in the top half of the inning, starts at first. Mari Burgos at second. Jackson Victor, the sophomore, is at short. Jackson Ladd, the senior, at third. Outfield left to right, Chase Sandler, Bubba Barnes, and Pete Hermogino. And Caden Cox, the senior catcher, receiving Blake Langford. Langford, the 6', 175-pound senior, has become the Friday starter this season for Legacy Christian. 2-5 this year with a 3.33 ERA. That's the best on the team. He has the best control on the team as well. His whip right about around 1.5. Giving up 48 hits in 42 innings pitched. He's a strike thrower. He's not afraid to make you hit the ball, and then has let his defense do the work behind him. And this Prestonwood team You know how they can hit the ball to a 318 clip as a squad. Last 2 starts in district play for Blake Langford. He started at Bishop Lynch and took the loss in a 3-0 game. Really pitched pretty well against Bishop Lynch 2 weeks ago. In 6 innings, he gave up 3 runs, 2 were earned on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And then against John Paul II last week, in a wild 11-10 come from behind victory for Legacy at home in 9 innings. He started and went 3 1/3, and he got touched up. He gave up 9 runs, but only 3 of them were earned on 8 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He wants some better defense behind him tonight. Junior Niffen leads it off, the .412 hitter, batting from the right side and taking a first pitch strike from Blake Langford. Niffen coming off of a 1-for-3 game with a double and 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored, or rather 2 walks, I should say, and an RBI, and 3 runs scored on Tuesday. Takes the 0-1 down low. Niffen a home run and 12 RBIs this season, and big-time speed on the bases with 15 stolen bases to lead the squad. 1-1 chop down to third, and on a short hop, it's gobbled in by Jackson Ladd, who makes the throw across for the out. 1 down in the bottom of the first inning for Jake Felsman. Felsman got on base every time he was up on Tuesday. Felsman goes 3 for 3 on Tuesday in Frisco with a double, 2 walks, 2 RBI, 2 stolen bases, and 4 runs scored. Felsman was excellent. Righty to righty, the first pitch is a fastball down the heart for a called strike. Got started a little bit early tonight, about 7 or 8 minutes early. Nobody wants to stick around in this cold wind longer than they have to. Everybody was ready to go. The 0-1 rides up high. 1-1 to Jake Felsman. And Langford working quickly, and the 1-1 pitch is ripped into center field for a base hit. Now they had him shaded to go the other way, so he takes a wide turn around first. Buck Barnes does get it back in. And the single for Felsman means he is 4 for 4 this week, and he's reached base all 6 times he's been up to the plate. Sets the table for a red-hot Trent Valade. Valade, the first baseman, had one of the best games of his high school career with 2 3-run shots in Frisco on Tuesday. And now the left-handed hitter has the wind blowing out to right field. This might be fun for him tonight. First pitch for a wide strike zone is in for a called strike, though. Valade depositing his 2nd and 3rd home runs this season. RBIs, well, going from 15 up to 21 thanks to the 2 long balls. Takes one outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Langford keenly aware of how dangerous Trent Valade is, the 6'5", 215-pound senior. Headed to Texas A&M. Hard toss over to first base, and Felsman is back in. And again, Felsman very dangerous on the bases. 11 stolen bases this season, and the 2 swiped bags on Tuesday. 1-1 pitch is outside. So 2-1 now to Valade. Legacy Christian in a 4-game winning streak. 3-0 in district action. Wide open stance for Valade, and the pitch is nubbed foul, third base side, with the runner on the move. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trent Valade. Trent has that average almost back up to 400 now. Big pitch from Langford, and before he brings it home, checks Felsman back into first. District offensive MVP last season and the district MVP overall as a sophomore in 24. Runner feigns going, has to hop back into first base with Caden Cox throwing back behind him. It's 3-2. Ended up being more of a secondary lead for Felsman, and now the count is full to Trent Valade. Langford trying to be careful with the power hitter. Runner on the move. The pitch is down low, though, for ball 4, and Valade takes a 1-out walk. Moves Felsman on to second. And here's Aiden Moffitt, who has been very hot of late as well. It kind of started 3 games ago in the district opener against Bishop Lynch. Had what would end up being a game-winning hit. Also had an RBI double in that matchup. Is our player of the game, the star of the game after that one. First pitch down the heart of the plate for a called strike. Moffitt telling us with that curveball that he got the game-winning hit off of. If it's a bad breaking pitch, you're supposed to hit it. And Moffitt doing just that. 362 on the season for the tall junior. And the left-handed hitter takes the bouncer in. 1-1. Caden Cox doing a nice job behind the plate so far. Lions trying to leap onto Legacy Christian after the solo home run by Plunkett in the top half of the inning. With 1 down and 2 on, Lions looking to respond. 1-1 offering, and that is fouled off by Moffitt as that pitch ran inside and low against Aiden. Second team All-District last year for Moffitt. A home run and 15 RBIs, and he's already bettered his RBI totals from a season ago. 1-2, and that rides outside, lilting away from the left-handed hitter. Favorite Major League player, the great Tony Gwynn. Going old school for his favorite player, but wearing number 20 instead of number 19. 2-2 with 2 on, and 1 down is up high. And there will be a second straight batter facing a payoff pitch from Blake Langford as Langford looks for that magical double play ball. Legacy Christian has turned some double plays defensively this season, but they've given up some base runners as well. Here's the payoff, and it is chopped right side. Too slowly hit for 2, so just going the short way for 1 is Burgos on that high chopper, and Moffitt moves the runners on. The out goes 4-3, and 2 down for Max Bachman. Bachman on the season with a .258 average, a home run, and 15 runs batted in with 5 doubles. And Bachman has 8 two-out RBIs this season. That's the most on the team. 2 runners in scoring position and 2 down with that fastball coming in high with the 6'4", 205-pound junior. First base is open. Bachman looking for his first hit of the week. Came up to the plate 5 times on Tuesday, but went 0 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. Pitch is popped up right side, and it's going to get out of play. Right at that angled part of the fence that juts back toward the outfield from the end of the dugout. And down the right field line and the left field line, not much foul territory that's in play. Here comes the 1-1, and the fastball is chopped third base side. Back behind our pregame interviewee and James Valade. It'll be 1-2 now to Max Bachman. So Felsman running down at third, Valade at second. Both guys have plenty of speed. 1-2, Langford to Bachman. And the fastball taken just a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes, making Langford work here. Langford's had some good outings, but has not picked up a win since back in early February. The wind whips, the curveball comes home. It dips low and away. It's now 3-2 to Bachman, and that is 3 straight batters who have gone to a full count against Langford. If Bachman reaches, Huggins is up next. A lot of left-handed bats in this Prestonwood lineup to make Langford work. Another 3-2, curveball, and it is a check swing Did he go? No, he did not. He was able to hold up on that pitch that came in low, and the bases are full for Riggs Huggins. That was right there on the edge. And Bachman, who also took a walk on Tuesday, is on thanks to the base on balls here. Second walk issued, and the bases are full for Riggs Huggins, the .425 hitter, to lead the team. Slugging .725, that's leading the squad. First pitch here, fastball on the outside part of the plate for a called strike to the sophomore left fielder. Huggins also leads the team in walks with 22 on the season. He's had a marvelous sophomore year. Had 2 extra base hits on Tuesday, a double, a triple, knocked in 2 as part of that 16-run outburst for Prestonwood. The base is full here. Breaking pitches down low from Blake Langford to even the count at 1-1. Huggins with one of his best games of the season on Tuesday, and there have been some good ones. Fastball is in for a called strike. Says his favorite verse is Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. It's 1-2 with the bases full here in the bottom of the first. And it's in there for a called strike 3. Nice pitch by Langford. The fastball freezes Huggins. A tough guy to get here in the first inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and the bases left full of Lions. 1 in the books. It's Legacy Christian 1, Prestonwood 0. This is PCA Lions baseball from Metro Sports.
Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up to Date Roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather.
Welcome back into Plano. Although there's been a change in the weather, no chance of rain. That might be different next week when we have our district games on Tuesday and Friday, but not the case this week. It's just blustery. 58 degrees right now, feels like 47, and at wind out of the north-northeast at 17 consistently, but gusts up to 30 miles an hour. That solo home run by Carson Plunkett was hit well back in the first inning, no doubt. And I don't know how wind-aided it was. It was a bit. Maybe it doesn't get out on a day with less wind, but still it was hit pretty hard. And that is the separation in the game as we go to the top of the second inning. Chase Sandler, Pete Hermagino, and Mari Burgos coming up against Steele LaBeouf, who gave up the solo home run, and that was it. LaBeouf has, as he starts Sandler off with a strike, comes home and leaves it up high. Only the second ball he's thrown, 2 balls, 11 strikes for his 13 pitches so far. LaBeouf, the lefty, working to the lefty, Chase Sandler, who taps it foul. Sandler 0 for 3 in Tuesday's loss to Prestonwood. Broke a 4-game hit streak for Sandler. Sitting .333 with no home runs and 11 knocked in. One of these 5 players in the top 6 for the Eagles, hitting at least .323. 1-2, waved at and missed for strike 3, and it's the second strikeout by Steele LaBeouf. 1 down, top of 2. 1-0 advantage for Legacy Christian. And it brings up Legacy's right fielder in Pete Hermagino. Hermagino's really filled a nice role this season. The 6-foot, 155-pound junior standing in from the right side and taking one a little bit low. as LaBeouf works quickly and fouls one back. Hermogino 1-1. Hermogino on the season 3 for 33. He's 2 for 3 on Tuesday. Hermogino, one of a couple Legacy Christian players with 2 hits. Hits one deep in the hole between third and short. Up with it, and a strong throw is Bachman, but running too well was Hermogino down the line, and he's got the infield hit. Perfectly placed infield single by Pete Hermogino, and with one down, there's a runner on for Legacy Christian. Amari Burgos up now. And for Legacy Christian, they did some nice things at the top of the order on Tuesday, but their big problem was 7 through 9 in the order. Those guys were 0 for 8, and they struck out 8 times. And so turning the lineup over and continuing to put pressure on Prestonwood will be big tonight if Legacy Christian wants to have a chance to split the week's series after losing 16-2 on Tuesday. Lefty LaBeouf deals, and it's waved at and missed by Burgos. So Burgos goes 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on Tuesday. Burgos a 179 hitter on the season. And the pitch is in for a called strike. It was a check swing by Burgos, but didn't matter. It still painted the quarter. And LaBeouf, even working out of the stretch here, continues to work with a lot of purpose. There's no 2 offering with an out, and a little bit further outside, and Burgos doesn't oblige. Bubba Barnes on deck for the Eagles. Speed for Hermogino at first base. He's 5 for 6 on the bases this season. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Burgos strikes out for the 4th time in as many at-bats this week against Prestonwood pitching. 3rd strikeout by LaBeouf in this game. 2 down. Here's Bubba Barnes. Barnes, the center fielder, 130 hitter on the season, and Barnes has had 42 at-bats this season. He struck out 27 times, so certainly a guy that you can go after if you're Steele LaBeouf in this lefty-to-righty matchup. Before all that, there'll be a check-in with the bases umpire by Legacy Coaching. Wondering to know if perhaps if there should be a balk call on Steele LaBeouf. That's probably what he was out there talking about, but evidently he's nodded away. Hermogino running at first, and Bubba Barnes up from the right side. Barnes 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on Tuesday. First pitch swinging here. It's a fastball, and he just can't dial it up. It's 0-1. LaBeouf, mid-80s fastball, that 4-seam, and he's got a cutter as well. A sinker and a circle change. Just a great strike thrower, and had that no-hitter against Trinity Christian. 0-1 outside. A South Louisiana kid, and his family's ancestors, one of the first to colonize Louisiana. So they've done some genealogy work. 1-1 pitch is rocketed back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Barnes tries to keep this moving in the top of the 2nd inning. Buff, a fiery player. Doesn't say much, but just loves to get out there on the mound. Quick working 2nd inning. 1-2 pitch, and circle change is away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bubba Barnes. Just trying to stay out of Barnes' wheelhouse. He does have gap power with 3 doubles on the season. Fast runner on at first, and that wind blowing out to right. 2-2 pitch is fouled back. Nice job by Barnes to stick around a season where he's struggled a bit with the bat in his hand. If he's able to reach, David Fenton, the designated hitter, who's batting for the pitcher Blake Langford, is up next. Deuces wild and 1 on, the 2-2, and that is ripped in the air to left center field, but that's not the way the wind is blowing, and into the gap, Riggs Huggins puts it away. for the final out of the second. No runs on an infield single. No errors and a man left on base. 1.5 in the rearview mirror. It's 1-0 Legacy Christian. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
Welcome back into Plano. Great to have you with us. 1-0 is the advantage for Legacy Christian on Prestonwood. John Little back with you in the booth today. 1-0 advantage for visiting Legacy Christian as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Prestonwood left the bases loaded in the first. Just a terrific job to work around the very dangerous Prestonwood lineup by the starting pitcher, Blake Langford. It took 28 pitches to do it. His first pitch to the catcher, Cruz Benuelos, is outside. The 1-0 is a fastball, framed well by Caden Cox, who brings it up to the knees to make it 1-1. Benuelos, .259 hitter on the season, no home runs, 13 RBIs, and 3 doubles on the year. 1-1 is a curveball that never breaks. It goes 2-1 to Benuelos. Benuelos 0 for 2 with an RBI and walked out of the 7-hole on Tuesday. 2-1 pitch. This time the curveball is in there for a called strike. Nice job by Langford. Langford took 28 pitches in the first inning, 14 strikes, 14 balls, but he got the job done. And the 2-2 to the catcher, Benuelos, to lead off the second. Fastball rides inside. Count is full. Chance Kidd is on deck, son of Jason Kidd, and then Quinn Majewski after that. Here's the payoff pitch to Benuelos from Langford. And then the fastball is hit on the ground, tapped to the backside to Victor. Victor up with it, and he's able to throw a strike for the out. Even with Benuelos possessing slightly above average speed, Victor was able to measure it well and make the strong throw, and there's one down for Chance Kidd. Kidd getting the start at the designated hitter spot. The 6'4", 215-pound freshman has gotten some at-bats this season, but still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 8 on the season. Been up to the plate 9 times. Been hit by a pitch once. And so Kidd looking to break through. Takes the fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. But for Kidd, there's no question that the future is bright for him. Probably at the catcher spot. The 2-0 pitch comes in for a called strike as Langford is staying out of the key part of the zone to these hitters. Doing a nice job of spotting his pitches for the most part. 2-1 to Chance Kidd, and Kidd rips it. Foul, 2-2. Talking to Coach Valade before the game, he just wanted Kidd to get up there and make hard contact. So with a quick working Langford, 2-2 to Chance. Fastball bounces in. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. For Kidd, part of the Evo Shield Canes national team in the summer. Been a Hank Aaron MLB Dream Series player. Number 1 ranked catcher in the 2029 class by perfect game. 3-2 pitch. Outside for ball 4, and Kidd works the first walk of his career. So Chance Kidd is on. Again, Langford, a guy you can be patient against. He hasn't necessarily struggled a ton with walks this season in 42 innings coming in, 16 walks, but You know, maybe on a windy day, Prestonwood can be a little bit more patient, as Chance Kidd will be run for down at first base. Coming in to run is Vance Hernandez, the sophomore outfielder. So Hernandez on at first, and it brings up Quinn Majewski, the right fielder, 5'8", 155-pound junior. Had a great game on Tuesday with 3 walks, a couple of them with the bases loaded, and brought home 2. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. This Prestonwood team made Legacy Christian throw a lot of pitches on Tuesday in the 6-inning affair. A 1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Majewski. Runner goes, hit right back up the box, picked up at short by Victor. Easily taps second base, throw on to first is a little bit up the outfield side, but it's brought in on the backhand by Plunkett, and that ends the inning. Majewski hit it on the screws, but right into an inning-ending 6-3 double play. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the 3rd inning. Legacy Christian 1, Prestonwood 0 on PCA Lions Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Well, March in North Texas, you can get a little bit of everything. We've seen 95 degrees, we've seen freezing temperatures, and now we see the effects of a dry cold front, which barreled in from the polar state of Oklahoma overnight. Well, really in the midday. And this overcast night at 58 degrees, but it feels like 47 as we go to the 3rd inning of work here at Prestonwood. And with Legacy Christian leading 1-0, David Fenton, the designated hitter, comes up from the right side to face Steele LaBeouf for the first time. Fenton batting in the 9-hole. Waves and misses at the first and the second pitch he sees, and LaBeouf is quickly ahead in the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes. With Jackson Ladd coming up next. Fenton, the right-handed batter, did not bat on Tuesday, but is in the designated hitter spot today. Again, the major problem for Prestonwood was getting any production out of the 7, 8, or 9 holes. The 0-2 outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fenton. But Steele LaBeouf making his 7th start on the season, sporting that 6-0 mark with a 1.71 ERA. Got touched up for that home run in the 1st inning by Carson Plunkett, who got on top of a fastball. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Painted nicely across the outside part of the plate, and just a fastball that Fenton could not crank it up to. It's the 4th strikeout already by LaBeouf. He hasn't walked anybody, and he's given up 2 hits. 1 down for Jackson Ladd, who struck out swinging his first time up on a 1-2 pitch. So LaBeouf really working quickly through this order and fouls off the first one. LaBeouf says his ability to stay calm and controlled on the mound is his best attribute. Certainly has been focused and dialed in so far. Hasn't let that 1-out home run in the 1st inning rattle him. As Ladd takes it outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. For Ladd, he's been a top-of-the-order impact bat this season. Guy with gap power. 1 for 2 on Tuesday and fouls this one back to make it 1-2. Ladd had 3 hits in a game earlier this season against ESD. Had a multiple run game and an RBI double versus THESA. The Riders in a 9-5 game. 1-2, and this is chopped back up the box. One more hop to the shortstop Bachman, and he's able to make the play. 6-3 for the out. 2 down quickly for Carson Plunkett. So Plunkett greeted LaBeouf rudely. Got a look at what he was bringing against Ladd, and first pitch swinging on what appeared to be a fastball in his first at bat in the first inning. Parked it over the right field fence just to the right of the scoreboard into the tree that's just to the right there. First pitch down low for ball 1. And LaBeouf smart enough to stay out of Plunkett's wheelhouse with that first pitch. 1-0. Fastball. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. So, Plunkett going deep off of a lefty, making a 6-game hit streak now for Plunkett, one of the most dangerous guys in this order. 1-1 is in for a called strike. 1-2 leads the team with his 2 long balls this season, also with his 11 extra base hits. 1-2 pitch, that's fouled off. Third base side, 1-2, but LaBeouf working with purpose. Plunkett also 13 RBIs now in the season. 1-2. Fastball in there for a called strike 3. It freezes Carson Plunkett. And it's a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts as well for LaBeouf. And through 2.5, it's Legacy Christian 1, Prestonwood nothing. This is PCA Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Welcome back into Plano. John Little back with you on the campus of Prestonwood Christian Academy. 2 teams separated here by just about 10 miles in Denton County. Prestonwood to the south, Legacy Christian to the north, up north of 121. Pretty much equidistant between the two. Prestonwood ends up being about, 5 miles down Midway, and then as Midway turns into Legacy as you get north of 121. Legacy located off that thoroughfare. Pretty much just get on that patch of pavement and make the ride between the two, 10 miles apart. And on this cold night on a Friday, going to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in Plano. Prestonwood trailing Legacy Christian 1-0, and again, the separation in this one was a first inning solo home run by Carson Plunkett of Legacy Christian. It's held up so far, and Blake Langford has been able to work around some walks and also got a big double play ball to end the 2nd inning. Faces the leadoff hitter here in Junior Niffen. Takes a called strike. Niffen bounced out to 3rd his first time up. Nice short hop play made by Jackson Ladd, the senior, back in the 1st inning. 0-1. And that overhand pitch comes in a little low to Niffen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Niffen still batting .412 on the season coming in. 1-1, ripped foul as he was able to turn on it, and it wasn't foul by terribly much, maybe about 3 feet in between the coach's box and 3rd base bag. Niffen trying to get on base as Prestonwood is being plenty aggressive. Now this 2nd time through the order against Blake Langford, who has had to labor a little bit. 1-2. Overhand curveball, which comes in way high. 2-2. But for Langford, he's just a guy that normally gives Legacy Christian a chance. And I know the one-loss record's not great at 2-5 as the pitch is outside, but he hasn't gotten a lot of run support. Last time out, he did not get a lot of great defense behind him as 6 of the runs were unearned. 3-2. Fastball low and away. The 4th walk by Langford. And again, that's uncharacteristic for him. And there is one on with nobody out for Jake Felsman, and Junior Niffen has tremendous speed. Niffen with a stolen base on Tuesday and 15 for the year brings up Jake Felsman, but a single to center his first time up. And Felsman, first pitch hitting, goes deep into left field, but it's right at the left fielder, Chase Sandler, who circles underneath it a few steps to his right and in. So Felsman didn't get all of it, maybe toward the end of the bat. And there's one down for Trent Valade. As Prestonwood is willing to take some cuts now the second time through the order against Langford. Valade had the 6-pitch walk his first time up. Runner goes. Pitches in for a called strike. Throw down to second base is good, but it hops in and then gets away. It was on the bag, but Niffen had beat the throw. It's his 16th stolen base of the season. And Valade has a runner in scoring position. And one down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Lions. And Valade leads the team with 21 RBIs this season. Moffitt on deck. The 0-1 from Langford. And it ends up well outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Valade coming off that 2 home run game and 6 RBIs on Tuesday. Looking to put his stamp on this affair. Another look back at second base, and the 1-1 pitch is low to Trent Valade. And on this windy day, you've got to stay away from the power-handed left-handed hitters. Make them go the other way if you can. Valade could go the other way all day if he wanted to, and he does! Into left field for a base hit. Junior Niffen with the wide turn, an obvious coming home there. And the RBI single by Trent Valade, his 22nd run batted in this season, ties it up. Prestonwood 1, Legacy Christian 1. You've really got to play Valade to pull. He's got that ability. And the wind's blowing out to right anyway, but Valade able to go the other way. Just as we said, there was a wide gap down the left field line. There was also a huge hole as well on the left side of the infield. And Trent Valade is on at first with 1 down, and it brings up Aiden Moffitt, who is ripping for the down, swinging for it on that first pitch, 0-1. Moffitt bouncing out 4-3 for the second out of the first inning, moving runners along on a full count pitch back in the first. This pitch is down low, and Moffitt sees the count come even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch to Moffitt, outside, late break towards second, throw down to second is in time. Really nice job by Caden Cox as Valade was trying to read the play, and as Caden Cox was leaning to his left, he was able to pick the ball cleanly on that delayed steal attempt and make a strong throw. Caught stealing on the play and makes it 2-1. Pitches down low, now 3-1, I believe, to Aiden Moffitt. Let's see, maybe 2-1. That's on. But Trent Valade caught stealing on the play. 2-6. The pitch is down low for ball 4, and yes, that was a 3-1 pitch. So Moffitt works the walk, and there are 2 down after Valade gets caught stealing. Well, they'll call him back. He thought it was 3-1. I thought it was 3-1. Evidently not. He must have heard me. He thought it was 3-1 as well. It makes it 3-2. So it was 2-2 before. And here's the payoff pitch. And now it's ball four. Everybody's on the same page now. So Moffitt walks. It's the 5th walk issued by Langford against 1 strikeout. And here comes Max Bachman. So Prestonwood's tied it up. Leadoff walk by Niffen. He stole second base. Came home on Valade's RBI single. First pitch swinging here. Bachman hits it to his counterpart at short, Victor. The shovel to second to get Moffitt to end the inning. So 1 run comes home on 1 hit. And no errors. 1 left on base. 3 in the books. We're tied up. It's Prestonwood 1, Legacy 1 on PCA Lions Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Hey there, Lion Nation. I'm Rudy Casanova, owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
Are you injured or in pain and not sure what to do? Schedule a complimentary injury screening and talk to our physical therapists at Vista PT to see if physical therapy is right for you. No prescription or referral is needed.
Victor Cox and Sandler coming up for Legacy Christian in the top of the 4th inning. Legacy Christian and Prestonwood tied at 1 as we head to the top of 4. Steele LaBeouf has been strong on the mound, giving up a run on 2 hits and striking out 5 through his 3 innings of work. He has not allowed a walk. 41 pitches, 9 balls, 32 strikes for Steele, who has been true to form. He's gone out there and just over and over again pumped the strike zone. Some big highlights for him this season included the no-hitter against Trinity Christian. A win with 6 strikeouts against Grapevine Faith. A no-hitter, like we said, against Trinity Christian Lubbock. Win versus Legacy. Scoreless inning versus Keller Central. Complete game win over 7 innings against Centennial, where he only gave up a run. Facing 3, 4, and 5 in the order. And the first pitch is a fastball in for a called strike to Jackson Victor. Victor reached base 3 times on Tuesday, but bounced out to second his first time up. The 0-1 to him is fouled off, 0-2. Victor has the capability of working his way on. Victor coming up from the right side. The 0-2 pitch. It's outside. He leads it off here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-2 pitch. And that is ripped down to short off the end of the bat on 1 hop. What a strong throw by Bachman. A little bit high, but hopping back down on the bag is Valade. And there is 1 down for Caden Cox.
The catcher, Caden Cox.
So Caden Cox coming up with 1 out. He batted in the first inning with the bases empty and flew out to left field. Cox, the left-handed batter from the left side, the full-time catcher for this team, takes one a little down low, 1-0. Cox did have multiple hits in that 14-inning win over John Paul II. And then 2 hits and 3 RBIs against John Paul on 320 as well in that 9-inning win where they scored 11 runs. 1-1 is in for a strike to Caden Cox. So he's really had a good week last week. The 1-1 is ripped at and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cox. Guy that's committed to Vernon College. The important catcher spot. So he'll go out to Northwest Texas. Here's the 1-2. Comes down low from Steele LaBeouf. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LaBeouf, pretty economical through 3 with the 41 pitches. Now 2-2 to Caden Cox here. Lefty to lefty. And it's fouled off. Cox will make him work. Chase Sandler is on deck for Legacy Christian. Got on the board in the first inning with that solo shot by Carson Plunkett, but now the game is even. Certainly with the wind blowing out, and a night where could see some runs scored, but so far the rawness of the evening has won over. And pulling the ball into right field, Caden Cox for a single. Caden Cox able to make solid contact with that 2-2 pitch and find the space between first and second. A 1-out single for Caden Cox. And the catcher will be run for here. Jordan Trout trotting on to run down at first base. Jordan Trout, the sophomore. Small guy at 5'4". And it brings up Chase Sandler from the left side. Sandler sees it run outside for ball 1. Sandler trying to get back on his hitting streak. Had that 4-game hitting streak snapped on Tuesday. And struck out in the second inning to lead off. Pitch comes in high. Steele LaBeouf has been really unaffected when having a base runner on. This is just the second time he's had a base runner on with other batters up. The 2-0 comes in low, and he falls behind in the count to Sandler at 3-0. So a nice start here to the at-bat for Sandler. Sandler, a guy with only 5 walks on the season, though. Not many for a full-time player. 3-0 is in there for a called strike. He was already throwing the bat away, and similar to Moffitt in the bottom half of the third, who thought he had taken a walk. Sandler thought he did here too, but it was because of a pitch, not because of a count issue. 3-1 pitch, that's in for a called strike. So LaBeouf comes back with 2 straight to run the count full. So Trout on at first with 1 down. Is the go-ahead run. 3-2 pitch, and that is hit in the air to left field and down for a base hit. Just over the outstretched left arm of Max Bachman as he tried to reach into short left field with the glove side on the backhand, and that looping base hit makes it back-to-back singles for Legacy Christian, and there are 2 on with 1 out for Pete Hermogino. So Hermogino, who had an infield single deep to the hole at short, back in the second inning, coming up from the right side. And whipping around the lefty LaBeouf to chase. Go ahead run. Trout back into second base. And a couple really nice at-bats against a tough pitcher these last 2 at-bats. The pitch is outside to Hermogino. Cox, the count was 2-2, and he went with a pitch just to find a hole on the right side. Sandler just getting the bat on the ball on a 3-2 pitch. Looping one into left. Runners at first and second. Pitch is in for a called strike. Throw down to first base, and it pops past Valade for a moment, but he's able to hop to it. That was a good snap throw by Cruz Benuelas, as Crudge almost was able to catch Sandler leaning off of first. Valade just could not make the tag after the short bounce came in. He was able to keep it close, though. 1-1 to Hermogino. That rides low and away. 2-1. Burgos is on deck. Hermogino definitely a more dangerous hitter than Burgos is. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Hermogino knew it had to be a strike, and still very tough to hit what appeared to be a sinker from LaBeouf. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. With 2 on, key moment here in the top of the 4th inning. Legacy Christian trying to take their second lead of the game with a runner in scoring position. Less than 2 outs. 2-2 pitches outside. Wind continues to whip straight out to right. Out of the north-northeast. Payoff. Swung on and popped up into short right field. Got to be some good communication out there, and it is caught by Quinn Majewski coming on for it. Held up for a long time, and it wasn't hit that hard, but it was moving away from Felsman with the way the wind's blowing and into Majewski, the right fielder. Easily could have been dropped on the collision, and it was deep enough where it wasn't going to be an infield fly, and so there are 2 down for Armani Burgos. And an underrated defensive play there. Kind of star that one. That could have been trouble. And the first pitch to Burgos is in for a called strike. Burgos struck out swinging his first time up in the 2nd inning. Comes up in a huge spot here. The 179 hitter could be a hero and put his team ahead. 2 on and 2 out. 0-1 pitch ripped at and missed as he took one of his hands off the bat on the follow through there. LaBeouf pitching with purpose. Here's his 0-2. Trying to get out of the jam, and it's fouled back by Burgos to stay alive. Barely at that. Caden Cox had the 1-out single. Sandler following with the single right after that to make it 1st and 2nd. Hermogino skies out to right. Now here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch that never comes down from Burgos, or at least off speed. It's 1-2. Bubba Barnes is on deck if we get that far. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Burgos. And LaBeouf steps off. Burgos will also work his way out of the box. LaBeouf, big 1-2 pitch here. It's fouled back. So Burgos stays alive. Really trying to grind out this at bat and figure out a way to keep the Eagles in a threatening position in the top of the 4th inning. 1 run on 4 hits for the visiting Eagles. Here's another 1-2, and that's popped up. Should be playable, but it's in a tough spot. Racing on for it is Majewski, and he makes the play. So Majewski in right field makes the last 2 outs of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We are halfway home, going to the bottom of the 4th inning in Plano, with Legacy Christian and Prestonwood Christian tied at 1 on PCA Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
With friendly and knowledgeable dealers who install long-lasting and reliable systems, you can trust Comfort Maker to keep you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort.
Glad to have you back with us here in Plano as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Got a pitcher's duel so far. It's not necessarily that it's been clean. Both sides have just made some big pitches in big situations. In the top half of the 4th inning, it was Steele LaBeouf inducing a couple fly balls to end the 4th. And Blake Langford has been able to limit the damage in what could have been big crooked innings in both the 1st and the 3rd. But he forced Max Bachman to bounce into a fielder's choice to end the 3rd, and he'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the Prestonwood lineup in the bottom of the fourth inning. We're tied at 1 on this cold night. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors so far for Legacy Christian, and 3 left on base. On the other side, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for Prestonwood. Briggs Huggins up from the left side, struck out looking with the bases loaded to end the first inning. And Huggins takes the first pitch down low and away from Langford. Sophomore Huggins, a double and a triple on Tuesday. And the 1-0 hit right back up the box and into center field for a base hit. A good start to the bottom of the fourth inning for Prestonwood. So Huggins is on. Leading hitter this season for Legacy Christian, or for Prestonwood Christian, I should say, does it again. And Cruz Benuelos is up from the right side.
Catcher, Cruz
Benuelos bounced out to short on a payoff pitch to lead off the second inning. First pitch here is inside, and it hits him right on the left elbow, right where that protector is, and thankfully it was there as Benuelos wears one for the hit by pitch, and there are 2 on with nobody out for Chance Kidd, and that will mean a mound visit for Legacy Christian, our first one of the game. So it is only the second time that Blake Langford has allowed the leadoff batter to reach base, but the first time he's allowed the first 2 to reach base. A relatively short trip to the mound here as he hits his 6th batter of the season. Kid who has had good control this year. Now he faces Chance Kidd. So Kidd walked and was erased on the double play in the second inning. Kidd searching for that first career hit in his 11th plate appearance. Huggins at second, Benuelos at first. Here in the bottom of the fourth, and the first pitch to Kidd, down low and in the turf, but blocked by Cox. It is 1-0. 8 wild pitches this season for Langford, and as a team this year for Legacy Christian, they haven't been terrible at giving away bases in that direction as the 1-0 is up high, 2-0. Season numbers for Legacy Christian, 29 wild pitches as a team. This is their 24th game. 2-0 pitch, and that's ripped into center field. Going back on it is Barnes, and he's able to make the grab, having to go back to tag up Huggins, and he has no chance to move along. That one hit hard by Chance Kidd, but right at the center fielder Barnes, who just barely had enough time to race back and grab it. Barnes, a good defensive center fielder, and a guy that didn't see it off the bat as well as Barnes did, would not have had a chance at that one. Nice play by Barnes, as that was well struck by Chance Kidd. Again, that's all that Coach Valade wanted him to do, is make solid contact, and he does there. Now the 9-hole hitter in Majewski takes it up high for ball 1. Again, Huggins leading off with that single to center, and then Benuelos hit with the successive pitch. 2 on. And 1 down for Majewski up from the left side, hit into the 6-3 double play. 1-0 is up high. Takes a lot to get Majewski on a double play, but it was right at the shortstop. And the sophomore Victor was able just to ease his way toward the bag, make the quick step and throw to easily get Majewski back in the second inning. Majewski on the 2-0 pitch takes it in for a called strike. 2-1. To the 5'8", 155-pound junior. Top of the order is next. 2-1 pitch. Majewski on the ground to right, and that's through for a base hit. And at third base, Huggins is held up Benuelos on to second, and Majewski at first, as Coach Valade was watching it the whole way and decided to hold Huggins. Pete Hermagino was able to come up with it pretty fast in right field, and so everybody moves up a base. Second hit of the inning, and the bases are full with one down for Junior Niffen, a chance to put Prestonwood in front for the first time tonight here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bases are loaded with one down. Junior Niffen 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. The first pitch to Niffen blocked in the dirt nicely by Caden Cox on a breaking pitch that hit the turf before it came across the plate. Niffen had a RBI on Tuesday, his 12th of the season. It's a run scoring opportunity here. That fastball is in for a called strike. Painting the outside part of the plate to Niffen. It's 1-1. Huggins at third, Benuelos at second, Majewski at first. 1-1 with one down. The curveball ripped at and missed for strike two, as Niffen, I think, read it well that it was an off-speed pitch, but just could not make contact. 1-2. Felsman on deck. The pitch. And again, an off-speed pitch that is fouled at the plate. Niffen nipping a piece of it to keep it 1-2. Despite the uncomfortable conditions, very good crowd on this Friday night. 1-2. Fastball in for a called strike three. He got Niffen. Langford has just made some enormous pitches in big situations in this one. He's been walking the tightrope much of the night, and that is a big-time strikeout, his second strikeout of the game, and they've both been looking. Jake Felsman, it's going to be up to him to keep it rolling here in the bottom of the fourth inning with Prestonwood batting with the bases loaded and two down. Felsman's 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch, in for a strike again. And Langford, who has been a strike thrower this season, not necessarily tonight, but this season, starting to find the plate over the last two batters. Coming into the inning, he had thrown more balls than strikes tonight. Wave and a miss at a curveball. 0-2 to Jake Felsman. Langford may just be one of those guys that gets better with the pressure on. But no mistakes behind him tonight. The base is full and two down in the bottom of four. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just a little outside and not by much. 1-2 now to Felsman. As the crowd starts to get into it, wanting a two-out rally here for the Lions. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, and that is popped up into left, sky high for Sandler, who sees it the whole way and reaches to make the grab in straightaway left. What a nice job by Langford after letting the first two on. He ends up stranding, the bases loaded. No runs on two hits, no errors, and the bases left full of Lions. To the fifth we go. Legacy Christian 1, Prestonwood 1 on PCA Lions baseball for Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
Nice line for Steele LaBeouf as we move into the top of the 5th inning. Through the first 4, he's given up a run on 4 hits. It was earned. He struck out 5 and has not walked or hit a batter. He faces 8, 9, and 1 in the order as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Here in Plano, welcome in. John Little here with you on this Friday night. Second of 5 games I got the pleasure of doing in the regular season. Another one of those will be later on in district play against this same Legacy Christian squad. These teams matched up on Tuesday, and that was a win for Prestonwood, 16-2 in 6 innings. They will match up again on the 17th and 21st of April. The first one that week will be here in Plano, and the second one on that day will be up in Frisco on the Friday, and there go the lights. And here come the lights. You know, if this was the old days, it would have taken 15 minutes to restart those lights. But LED as they are these days, and with the new lighting technology, able to come right back on. Nobody panicked. I think I've watched too many heist movies. I'm kind of wondering if somebody stole something in those 5 seconds that the lights were out there. First pitch to Bubba Barnes is in for a called strike from Steele LaBeouf. 0-1 ripped at and missed. 0-2 to Bubba Barnes, who flew out to left on a 2-2 pitch in the second inning. That was the 70th pitch by Steele LaBeouf. 52 have been strikes. 0-2. Foul tapped and into the glove of Banuelos. It's the 6th strikeout for Steele LaBeouf tonight in 4 1/3. One down in the top of 5. David Fenton coming up. So Fenton up from the right side. The junior, part of Diablo's 2027 prep for his summer league ball. The 17-year-old taking a first pitch for ball 1. That's right and throws right for Coach Andrew Embry's team. Here's the 1-0, and that one is popped up and into the screen to the back into the left of home plate for foul ball, 1-1. Fenton struck out swinging to lead off the 3rd inning. Now he's up here with 1 down in the 5th, and a 1-1 game, very competitive. So 1-1 is fouled back. It's just a game on Tuesday that got away from Legacy Christian. One of those nights where you kind of run out of pitching or the pitcher's just not able to execute. 11 walks in that one. That'll get you every time. The 1-2 waved at and missed, strike 3. Steele LaBeouf mows down his 7th batter by strikeout in this one. And 6 of the 7 have been the swinging variety. And here's Jackson Ladd. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the first and a bounce out to short in the 3rd inning. 2 down in the 5th, and this one's ripped foul through the coach's box at 3rd base. Just 1 run for Legacy Christian. It came on the 2nd batter of the game, Carson Plunkett. The solo home run to right, his 2nd of the year. Just 1 run for Prestonwood. That came in the bottom of the 3rd inning. An RBI single by Trent Valade. The 0-1 to Ladd. And the off-speed pitch is fouled and into the glove of Banuelos. It's 1-2. LaBeouf looks to strike out the side. Top of 5, 1-1 the score. LaBeouf rocks and deals. Popped up. Playable, but it's a windy night. Center fielder Niffen into the gap in right center, and he puts it away. So 1, 2, 3 go the Eagles in the top half of 5 as LaBeouf has retired 5 in a row. To the bottom of the 5th we go with the game tied at 1. Prestonwood Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite, I have a different flavor. Then, with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time, you know?
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Great district game so far as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning in Plano. Blake Langford entering his fifth inning of work. He is labored as compared to what we've seen for Steele LaBeouf on the other side, but it's been effective, giving up a run on 4 hits. He struck out 2. He's walked 5 and hit a batter, but he's gotten the job done. And he faces the most dangerous current hitter for Prestonwood, Trent Valade, with the big power. He's been on base both times. And Valade takes it outside and low for ball 1. Of course, Valade working his way through an injury right now that's keeping him from his full capability. Not able to be on the mound right now as the 1-0 is up high, but still able to bat. And Valade taking legacy pitching deep twice on Tuesday. 2-0, and Langford so far showing almost an propensity for an intentional walk as the 3-0 catches just too much of the plate, and it is ripped into right by Trent Valade, who is locked in as anybody right now. He had the green light on 3-0 and takes it into right for the single. He's 2 for 2. He's been on base all 3 times. And brings up Aiden Moffitt. Now, Langford allowed the first 2 to reach in the 4th inning, but came back to get out of the inning. Can he do it again? As Moffitt shows bunt with third baseman well back on the play. Pitch is outside, though. Double play depth up the middle, of course. Well, the third baseman, Ladd, is in on the cut. And the pitch is in for a called strike. Fastball 1-1. Moffitt is 0 for 1. He's been patient. Bounced out 4-3 on a payoff pitch in the first and walked in the third on a 3-2. The 1-1. That rides inside and low. Now 2-1 to the junior, 6'3", 215-pounder. Moffitt, all-around athlete. Not only a baseball player, but a bowler and a juggler as well. 2-1. And that's ripped to the right side. It is smothered by the second baseman, Burgos. Throw on to first. A little bit wide, but it is drug in by Plunkett. And once more, as Valade moves on to second base, some good defense behind Langford is keeping Prestonwood from putting up big-time numbers. Now, Moffitt, it's as good as a bunt, does move the runner on the 4-3 bounce out. And there is 1 down for Max Bachman. Bachman bounced into a fielder's choice in the 3rd. He walked in the 1st. He's got a runner in scoring position now. The first pitch is high for ball 1. Riggs Huggins on deck. So Bachman looking for his first hit this week. He's walked a couple times in his 7 plate appearances. The 1-0. Chopped. Third base side. It's a fair ball picked up by Ladd and looks Valade back into second. Makes the strong throw across for the out. And once more, Legacy's defense playing solid baseball behind Langford here as Bachman bounces out 5-3, and it brings up Riggs Huggins in an RBI situation with 2 down. You're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the score still tied at 1. Valade runs well at second base. Huggins coming up from the left side. He's 1 for 2 with a single last time up. First pitch, rides in high. Huggins also striking out, looking with the bases loaded to end the first inning. 2 down here. Bottom of the 5th, and a game tied at 1. Pitch is ripped up the middle. And here comes Valade around third base. The throw is late. And Huggins puts Prestonwood in front with an RBI single. It is 2-1 Lions. Riggs Huggins delivers his 18th RBI this season. Valade comes home to score to make it 2-1. And it brings up Cruz Banuelos. So Prestonwood claims their first lead tonight. First pitch to Banuelos. Gets away from Cox on the backhand, but he's able to watch it the whole way. And Huggins not able to move down to second base. Banuelos 0 for 1. The bounce out and a hit by pitch. Curveball to Banuelos. A strike. A high strike, but a strike nonetheless. 1-1 to Cruz Banuelos. Some options after he wraps up here at Prestonwood as he goes the other way to right field on one big bounce. Hermagino brings it in, going first to third on the singles. Riggs Huggins and Banuelos in at first as Prestonwood picks up their 6th hit against Blake Langford, and there are runners at the corners for Chance Kidd. So Prestonwood coming into the inning with 4 hits. They've got 3 this inning alone to give them 7 for the game. Now up 2-1. See if Kidd can keep it going. Hit one solidly to center field his last time up. Runner goes, and now he's caught in a rundown is Banuelos. And able to tag him is Plunkett. Nice job by Plunkett, as Banuelos went a little bit early on the play. Prestonwood putting something on to try to manufacture a run, and it does not work out as Chance Kidd gets stranded at home. The caught stealing easily goes 1-3. But a run does come home to score. The go-ahead run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So 5 in the books, the new score. Prestonwood 2, Legacy Christian 1 on Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
Welcome back into Plano, where Prestonwood Christian has their first lead of the night, thanks to the RBI single in the bottom half of the 5th inning by Riggs Huggins, RBI number 18 of the season, scoring Trent Valade, who had gotten on thanks to a leadoff single where he had the green light on a 3-0 pitch. So that spot steal above his first advantage of the night, and it's at a time where LaBeouf is cruising along. He's retired the last 5, but here's the hottest hitter for Legacy Christian coming up to start the 6th inning in Carson Plunkett. Plunkett delivered his 2nd home run of the year back in the 1st inning. His first coming very early in the season, as the first pitch is in for a called strike. Plunkett's home run came against St. Michael's in a blowout victory back in February. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Plunkett also had that triple and an RBI against Prestonwood on Tuesday. The 1-1 is in for a called strike as LaBeouf stays ahead in the count at 1-2. Plunkett also struck out looking in the third. The 1-2 pitch, that is popped up. Third base side, straddling the line and now leaning into foul territory. Aiden Moffitt, the third baseman, stays with it the whole way. And the pop up into foul territory means there's 1 down for Jackson Victor. Victor, the shortstop, has bounced out both times. 82 pitches now. Only 20 balls for Steele LaBeouf, and the first pitch to Victor is a foul tip on a check swing, 0-1. Victor, the shortstop, only sophomore in the starting lineup today. It's a large junior class for this Legacy team, but Victor, the only sophomore starter in the lineup for Legacy Christian. Eagles trailing 2-1. Here in the top of 6. Steele LaBeouf cruising along, retiring the last 6 he's faced. The 0-1 to Jackson Victor, and that's fought off foul. Makes the count 0-2. Victor had 4 RBIs in that early season victory against St. Michael's. That was game 2 of the year back on the 5th of February. 0-2. Lifted in the air to right field, but it is right at the right fielder, Majewski. He's able to reach up and make the play. 2 up and 2 down for Caden Cox, the catcher.
That's 2 out. And now batting for the Eagles, Caden Cox, the catcher, Caden Cox.
So for Cox, he singled between first and second in the 4th inning and also flew out to left field back in the 1st. With 2 down, here in the top of 6, takes a first pitch strike. A lot of strikes called tonight. And that strike zone has been in favor of both pitchers at times as LaBeouf comes home, and it's fouled back. A little 3/4 arm action by LaBeouf bringing home that pitch. It's 0-2, but LaBeouf normally paints the strike zone pretty well. He's working confidently. Lefty to lefty with 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch to Caden Cox. Breaking pitch never comes across the heart of the plate. Stays inside even though Benuelos had set up on the outside part of the plate. 1-2. So Cox trying to be a 2-out hitter. And before the 1-2 pitch with LaBeouf really wanting to force the issue, time is called. So Cox steps back in. LaBeouf brings it 1-2. Fastball low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandler's on deck. Had a single his last time up. 2-2 pitch. And that's fought off. Foul by Caden Cox. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cox had 2 hits and 3 ribbies against John Paul II on the 20th of this month, so last Friday. Big part of the offense when it's rolling. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and again fouled off as Cox has one of the deeper at-bats in this game against Steele LaBeouf. It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. First batter to go to 7. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A fastball chest high by Steele LaBeouf, and Caden Cox can't catch up with it. LaBeouf is in his bag now with strikeout number 8. Bottom of the 6th on the way with Prestonwood Christian up on Legacy 2-1. Looking for some insurance runs next on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
For the game, should Prestonwood come out with the victory, we will have an interview with our star of the game. Right now, there are a lot of different options, as it's been a nice performance by several different guys. So still counting the votes at this point, and another few outs to get for Prestonwood to make it 2-0 this week against Legacy Christian. But Chance Kidd up from the right side for Prestonwood to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Kidd walked on 6 pitches in the second and hit the ball really hard on the screws in the 4th inning on a light out to center field, where Bobby Barnes had to make a nice catch and was stranded at home plate when Cruz Banuelos was caught stealing in the 5th. So Kidd, the 8-hole hitter, up from the right side. Kidd, first pitch swinging, fouls it back and out of play. An 0-1 pitch. Take it in low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Chance. Chance early on in his career, the freshman, looking for that first hit. The 1-1 is hit in the air deep to right field. Ranging back toward the wall, and it is gone for Chance Kidd. What a way to pick up that first hit of the career. An opposite field solo home run for Chance Kidd. You knew he had the power. It was just a matter of making the right contact. And on a night where the wind is blowing out, the first of many long balls for Chance Kidd in his Prestonwood career. A solo home run provides some insurance, and it is 3-1 Prestonwood. Little meeting at the mound here, and you got a feel for Langford. He has really battled well in this game. I'm sure they would love for him to continue and at least get through the 6th inning here. But a home run to remember for Chance Kidd as he goes out to right field to make it 3-1. And the first pitch to Majewski in the 9-hole, right back up the box. Victor with great range to knock it down behind second base, but he doesn't have a throw against the speedy Majewski. And on the infield hit, there's one on and nobody out. And that's going to be it for Blake Langford. So Langford at 99 pitches, lifted after giving up 3 runs on 9 hits and leaving with property at first base. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher for Legacy in a moment. It's a 3-1 lead for Prestonwood over Legacy Christian here in the bottom of the 6th on PCA Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
With friendly and knowledgeable dealers who install long-lasting and reliable systems, you can trust Comfort Maker to keep you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
3-1, the advantage for Prestonwood over Legacy Christian with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. John Little back with you. And the new pitcher is number 17, Keller Walters, a 6'1", 215-pound junior. Plays summer ball for the McKinney Marshals. The 17-year-old righty is making his 9th appearance this season for Legacy Christian. His numbers on the year have been, he's had a 2-4 mark with a 4.87 ERA. That's his 7-inning ERA. Given up 25 hits in 27 1/3. He's struggled more with control than his counterpart, the starter Langford, has. But he does have pretty good stuff. More than a strikeout per inning. 30 strikeouts in 27 1/3. And he's hit 8 batters. Now, for Walters, this is his 4th relief appearance. He also appeared last Friday in relief of Langford. And the first pitch is in for a called strike on a fastball to junior Niffen. Prestonwood opened up the inning with a solo home run by Chance Kidd, and Majewski got on with a infield single to short. Oh, that one comes way inside, and it hits Niffen in the helmet. He's going to be okay. That's why you wear it, but a hit by pitch by Keller Walters. And again, Walters, who has strikeout stuff but can be wild as well. He's on at first. And Majewski down at second. Now the pitching staff, or the coaching staff wants to make sure that junior Niffen didn't offer at the pitch. There was no swing on it as he was being hit in the helmet. I thought he just kind of dove out of the way of it, and that does end up being the call. So Majewski down to second base and Niffen on at first. Some blazers for Jake Felsman. So Walters, who leads the team with 9 hit batters this season, hits a batter once every 3 innings. Now faces Jake Felsman. And pitch to Felsman, showing bunt, and it's bunted foul down the third base side as it carries over the line with the English. Felsman is 1 for 3 with a single in the first, and he's flown out to left his last 2 times up in the third and the fourth. We play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Prestonwood picking up their first lead in the bottom of the 5th on an RBI single by Riggs Huggins. And now the solo shot by Chance Kidd puts them up by 2, and they've got a chance to break it open. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, bunt is shown. Good bunt right back to the pitcher. And the throw is wide at first base, but able to make the grab on the backhand is Plunkett. But Walters sent it well wide, and everybody is safe. So it'll be a sacrifice bunt and an E1. Felsman on at first.
Number 3, Trent Valade.
So Majewski down to third, Niffen at second, and Felsman on thanks to the E1. And Valade comes up with the bases full, and they have not been able to get him out today. Walters, the new pitcher. First pitch in for a called strike to Trent Valade. Valade walking on 6 pitches in the first. RBI single in the third. Single on a 3-0 pitch in the 5th, and came around to score the go-ahead run. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out. The pitch to Valade. Fouls it off. He's behind in the count 0-2. But a chance here for Prestonwood to really break things open in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a night where it's felt like they've been on the cusp, just unable to get over the hump. For Valade, he's .423 with runners in scoring position this season. 0-2, big swing and a miss at the curveball for strike 3, and Caden Cox able to block it as well to keep it close. And there is one down for Aiden Moffitt. First out of the bottom of the 6th, but Legacy is not out of trouble as Aiden Moffitt, the power hitting third baseman, comes up. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Still, bases full. I'd love a double play to get out of the inning. First pitch is outside to Moffitt. 1-0 from Keller Walters. Moffitt hitting .333 with runners in scoring position this season. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in for a called strike. As Walters has good stuff, but it's a little bit unpredictable, and the batters trying to get a feel for a guy who brings it with more velocity than Langford did. The 1-1 with the bases full, and well, Moffitt bails out early. Unless he called time, I didn't see it. Yeah, so it is, he did get time. So Moffitt scampered out like he was running back from a firecracker. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with an out. And the pitch is fouled back. Moffitt trying to line that one up and just missed. Moffitt plays with a good deal of emotion. And really a fun player to watch. Junior has a chance to break it open here with a 2-run lead for Prestonwood in the bottom of 6. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. It stays low. That's the out pitch that Walters was trying to get. By the way, Langford did not re-enter the game anywhere. He was not batting, and so it was just a pitcher-for-pitcher substitution. Defense stays the same. 2-2 way outside and high. Now 3-2 to Aiden Moffitt. Is trying to work his way in to an RBI. Moffitt with 19 of those this season. Third baseman Ladd playing even with the bag, kind of on the cut of the grass. Plunkett same way at first base. 3-2 pitch. Moffitt outside and high for ball 4. Nice job to work the bases loaded walk by Moffitt, his second walk of the game. RBI number 20 this season for Aiden Moffitt as Quinn Majewski comes home to score to make it 4-1. More insurance for this Prestonwood team. Here comes Max Bachman. Feels like he's been just a step away from making a big impact in this game, and now he's up with the bases loaded from the right side. First pitch, fastball in for a called strike. Bachman bounced out to third his last time up, hit into a fielder's choice to end the 3rd inning, and walked with 2 outs in the 1st. The 0-1 from Walters. That's chopped down to second, going the short way for 1, and on to first. It is in time for the double play. Nice job by Victor to turn it, and Burgos gets it done as well. Second double play turned of the night as Bachman hits into the 6-4-3 DP. But 2 runs come home to score on 2 hits, an error, and 2 left on base. Both runs were earned. And after 6, we go to the 7th inning. Prestonwood Christian 4. Legacy Christian 1 on PCA Lions Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up-to-date roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather.
Well, an outstanding start for Steele LaBeouf, and his day is done after 6 innings of 1-run, 4-hit ball. And now the closer comes on for PCA. Prestonwood puts it in the hands of F.J. Gennard, the junior righty, 6 foot 180 pounds, tasked with trying to wrap this thing up. 8 strikeouts and no walks. So F.J. Gennard trying to tap this thing down and put it away for the 2nd win of the week and the 5th in a row, and for Prestonwood Christian. So the numbers on F.J. this season, this is his 11th appearance, 8 in relief. He's got 2 saves on the year. This is a save situation. His ERA is less than 1. Chase Sandler comes up from the left side and first pitch swinging. He fouls it back. Sandler against Steele LaBeouf, 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th inning. Pete Hermogena is on deck. Amari Burgos is in the hole. It's 1-1 now as that one misses down low to Chase Sandler. F.J. Gennard comes home 1-1. And it's hit right back at the box, and Gennard is able to quickly snag it off his left hip and to throw on to first for the out. So the bouncer goes 1-3, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning for Pete Hermogena. 4-1 the advantage for Prestonwood. Legacy Christian scored in the opening inning. Carson Plunkett with the solo home run, and then it was 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. For the homestanding Lions. First pitch to Hermogena is fouled back. Hermogena with the infield single to the hole at short in the 2nd and flew out to right in the 4th inning. 1 pitch is down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. I tell you, the biggest defensive play of the game right now for Prestonwood was that pop-up to right field by Hermogena back in the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Could have easily been a collision between Felsman and Majewski in right, and there even was a little glancing blow, a little fender bender out in short right field, but Majewski was able to still bring in the ball cleanly with runners on base, and that was the 2nd out of the inning. A real key moment for Prestonwood. At that point in the game, it was a tie game at 1-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Gennard overthrows a bit and bounces one in. 2-2 to Hermogena. So now Gennard in 29 2/3 this season, 25 strikeouts, 12 walks. The 2-2 off speed, foul back, and out of play again. It's 2-2. It's a really nice game by Steele LaBeouf. 8 strikeouts, no walks, 92 pitches, and 70 of them were strikes. Here's the 2-2 again. Fastball fought off once more. Good job to stay alive by Hermogena and try to get something going. Got to have base runners down by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Prestonwood was able to break it open on the road in Frisco on Tuesday to the tune of a 16-2 win. Took 6 innings to do it. They haven't been able to break it open quite to that extent tonight. 2-2, off speed, strike 3. I think he took something off, and Hermogena gave it a rip and a miss. Either way, great pitch by F.J. Gennard, and there are 2 down for Legacy Christian.
Now batting for the Eagles, Amari Burgos, second baseman Burgos.
It's Burgos' spot in the order. He is 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout back in the second inning. The first pitch to Burgos is popped up. Down the right field line, going to be a tough play. Not a lot of room, but it is playable for Majewski, just out of his reach with the wind blowing out to right. Majewski very close, but didn't make contact with it. Just ends up being just a strike, a foul ball to Burgos, and it's 0-1. Stay tuned after this one. I think I'm going to ask for the freshman after the game, see if we can talk to the star of the game about his solo home run, his big moment. The 0-1 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Amari Burgos. Trying to spread the love a little bit on our star of the game. There are a lot of great players on this Prestonwood team, a lot to choose from. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tap down to short. This could end it cleanly. Bachman makes the exchange onto first, and that is the game. Prestonwood retires the last 11 of the game. F.J. Gennard comes up with the 3-batter save. And Prestonwood wins 4-1 over Legacy Christian. Your post-game show is coming up as we wrap up another win for PCA, and we also talk to our star of the game, a freshman designated hitter, Chance Kidd. That is coming up next here on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
Thank you, sir. And welcome back in. 4-1 is the final score here in Plano. A workmanlike effort by the Prestonwood Lions, who had a trouble getting the big hit to break the game open, but it didn't matter when you've got great defense behind you and fantastic pitching. You can win games like this, and that's exactly what Prestonwood does. Final score is 4-1 tonight, as the Prestonwood Lions are able to take down Legacy Christian. Big victory for this Prestonwood team. And we're going to be joined here on the postgame show by our player of the game. It's going to be Chance Kidd, and he is quickly all the way up here and joining us on the postgame show for our star of the game interview here after a 4-1 victory for Prestonwood over at Legacy Christian. And you're joining us in the booth now. We get everything set up. You know, this is big time, Chance. We got to figure this all out. We got lights on you and everything. Hey, and join us now, just making sure that his mic is on, and it is, and we are ready to go. Chance, congratulations on the win, first of all. I know that's the biggest thing. This team wants to pile up victories. You guys are 4-0 in district play.
Yes, sir.
What do you think has been going well for this team overall as you guys have gotten into district play here?
Man, our team chemistry really is special, this team we have, and just the chemistry that we have, being able to play with each other and for each other. Every pitch is just a big thing, and it matters in district. These wins stack up when you have good chemistry, and it just really works well for us.
Well, it's a team with great chemistry. You guys have great talent as well. For a talented guy like you, it's probably tough to break into the lineup and figure out, all right, where's my spot in this lineup? But you get the chance today to DH. And, first off, Coach Valade, before the game, I asked him what he wanted to see out of you. He said, just make hard contact. let's talk about the two at-bats where you made hard contact. The first one was your second at-bat, right, where you hit the ball out to center field, and
yes,
it was just well played. But did that give you any confidence, just knowing you'd hit the ball on the screws?
Yes, sir. I mean, just being able to see that pitch and then being able to put the barrel on the ball, I mean, it was big time. And, you know, I haven't got that many at-bats this year, but being able to see that pitch and make contact with it gave me confidence the next AB that I was going to do damage. The pitcher gave me a pretty squid pitch, and I was able to do some damage with it.
Yeah, absolutely did. Were you thinking going the other way with the wind what it was, or is that just your game? Are you an all-fields type of guy?
I like to believe that I'm an all-fields type of guy. The wind was blowing out that way, so it did help it a little bit, but he gave me an outside fastball, and that's where I took it.
And it looked like it was pretty going off the bat. But what was the feeling as – I know you've had many home runs in your life, in your career. There will be many more. But what did that mean here on the varsity level to get it done?
It meant a lot. You know, it's been a struggle these past couple months, just watching from the side and trying to battle for a spot. Being able to perform the way I did tonight was just a relief for me, and it's definitely a confidence booster moving forward.
Well, you're a talented guy. There's no doubt about it, and you've got a lot of great guys to back up, to learn from, and as well. What has this season been like from that perspective? You talked about the chemistry, and do you feel that with it being your first year on the varsity?
Yeah, as soon as I came here, I knew there was something different about this team from the other teams I've played on. You know, it's a brotherhood over here. A lot of people have love for each other. I mean, like, it's a very strong team bond. They've played for a while with each other. The team really hasn't changed. And everybody plays for each other here. We're all just trying to do the same thing, and that's the end of the road to win the state championship.
Well, it is the first of a lot of big hits for you this year. Tell me about, your path away from Prestonwood. What have been some of the avenues that you've pursued in order to get your name out there? And it is out there when it comes to baseball. What are some of the things that you've done?
Because my dad, my name's known. Just an extra attention is brought to me just because of who I am and who I'm related to. But I've put in a lot of work just to be where I am today. Everything's just not given to me. Really, nothing's given to me, and I've had to work for everything, especially getting to play tonight. I've worked my butt off for the past couple months or so, just to be able to be in that position to hit that home run tonight.
Well, you're absolutely right, and it's evident there's no preferential treatment or anything like that, despite the fact that you have a name. Everybody has to work for it, and it's a meritocracy, as Tony Romo would have said back in the day. So, hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
To put your name up there on the scoreboard and hit a home run tonight. It was an excellent shot and one of many in your Prestonwood career, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chance Kidd, what a fantastic game for him as he's been hanging in there early this season and grinding it out and getting it done. Again, 4-1 is the win tonight for Prestonwood. We'll be back with more on the post-game show. Give you the numbers coming up next after the victory over Legacy.
Hey there, Lion Nation.
Hey,
I'm Rudy Casanova,
I really appreciate you.
owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures,
got one more
we
segment.
offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience,
I'm just going to rip through the numbers
and
and set up the next game.
Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate ultimate outdoor experience.
Welcome back into Plano. It was a cold night tonight, but everybody's feeling a little bit more warm if you're wearing Prestonwood blue or white after this victory as the Lions take down Legacy Christian by a 4-1 final score. Let's look at the Lions score here on the post-game show. 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors, 10 left on base for Prestonwood as they were nipping all over, breaking this game open all night. Finally was able to kind of do it in the late innings. 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base for Legacy Christian. Legacy Christian scoring their run in the first inning, and the runs for the Prestonwood Lions coming in 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and 2 in the 6th. A little bit of the game story for you. Really, Steele LaBeouf was in control all night, and I don't know if he really made a mistake as much as he was just throwing strikes, and Carson Plunkett came up there and got a good piece of a ball that caught a good part of the plate. Plunkett, the second batter of the game, hit the solo shot to right to open up the scoring and make it 1-0, and that's where we stood until the third inning when Prestonwood got the walk to start the inning by Junior Niffen. He stole second base and then came around to score on the RBI single the other way by Trent Valade. We were at 1-1 all the way until the bottom of the fifth inning. And it could have been a bigger inning, but Valade started out with a single to right on a 3-0 pitch. He moved on to second base on the ground ball by Aiden Moffitt and then came around to score on the Riggs-Huggins RBI single, and that made it 2-1. Prestonwood would never trail again, and they got the insurance in the sixth inning. The home run by Chance Kidd, who we talked to in the post-game show, the solo shot, his first hit of his career, and the solo home run. And then Quinn Majewski comes home to score on a play as well, the walk by Aiden Moffitt with the bases loaded after Majewski reached on an infield single himself to make it 4-1. The numbers for Prestonwood tonight, Junior Niffen leads off and goes 0-for-2, but he reached base twice on a walk and a hit by pitch and scored a run. Jake Felsman was 1-for-4 with a single and a sacrifice bunt. Trent Valade in this one reached base 2 of the 4 times he was up. He was 2-for-3 with 2 singles, an RBI, and a walk. Aiden Moffitt goes 0-for-2, but walks twice and picks up his 20th RBI of the season. Max Bachman, a tough luck night, 0-for-3, grounding into a double play. Riggs-Huggins, 2-for-3. 2 more hits for Riggs, who leads the team in hitting at .425 coming in, and RBI number 18 of the year, the go-ahead RBI in the 5th inning. Cruz Banuelos goes 1-for-2 with a single and a hit by pitch. Chance Kidd hit the ball hard twice and also walked. He was 1-for-2 with a solo home run and the walk, and Quinn Majewski goes 2-for-3 with a run scored. Meanwhile, on the Legacy Christian side, leadoff hitter Jackson Ladd goes 0-for-3. Carson Plunkett was 1-for-3 with the solo home run. Jackson Victor 0-for-3. Caden Cox 1-for-3 with a single and a strikeout. Chase Sandler was 1-for-3 in the game with a single. Also, Pete Hermagina goes 1-for-3 with an infield single and a strikeout. Amari Burgos 0-for-3 in the contest with a strikeout. Bubba Barnes 0-for-2, and David Fenton goes 0-for-2. In the losing effort on the mound, Blake Langford picks up the start. He goes 6 innings, 6+, and gives up 4 runs, all earned on 9 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 6 and hit a batter. Coming in for the final inning of work was Keller Walters. I should say that it was 5 innings by Langford, 5+ innings, and then Walters works the 6th. He allowed an inherited runner to score, but he struck out 1, and he walked 1 and also induced an inning-ending double play ball. On the winning side for Prestonwood Christian, Steele LaBeouf moves to 7-0 on the season. He goes 6 strong innings, giving up just a run on 4 hits. He strikes out 8. did not walk anyone, just gave up that solo home run on the second batter of the game and controlled it the rest of the way. 92 pitches, 22 balls, 70 strikes for LaBeouf. F.J. Gennard comes on and works a perfect ninth for his third save of the season, working the 1-2-3 ninth against Sandler, Hermogena, and Burgos as Prestonwood retires the last 11 batters that they faced. And so with the win, Prestonwood now 20-2 on the season. They've won 5 straight, 4-0 in district play. Legacy Christian falls to 8-15-1 on the season, now 2-3 in district action. Next up for Legacy Christian, they'll get back on the field on Tuesday as they will be opening up the action against Bishop Lynch. That will be at Dallas at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and then they will have next Friday off before they face Bishop Lynch on Tuesday, the 7th of April. That game will be at home. Meanwhile, for PCA, I will get back on the field on Tuesday as well. We'll be back with you for that one on the 31st as they will face John Paul II right here at Graham Field. And so for everybody that was involved in this broadcast tonight, big thanks. I'm John Little. Final score one more time. 4-1 is the win for Prestonwood Christian, taking down Legacy Christian in this district matchup. Thanks to Chuck Kelly, the executive producer of Metro Sports Communications. Final score 4-1, Prestonwood Christian over Legacy Christian tonight. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you back on the air for the 6:30 pregame show and the 7 o'clock first pitch next Tuesday at home as PCA will bring in John Paul II. Good night from Plano.
Prestonwood Christian Academy Baseball has been brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Harris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Bass Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up to Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Lions Baseball, an exclusive sports presentation of Metro Sports Communications.